Hey, what's up, guys? It's Shrugi here. And before I get into the video, I just want to apologize for my inconsistency in uploading. I'm just taking some very big life steps, and you guys will get involved on January 2019. Um, I'm trying to get a streaming setup, face cam, a proper microphone, and other stuff. So stay tuned for that. Um, but that's all rubbish news. Let's get into the reason why you guys clicked on this video. The ShadowScythe General class. This is the newest class in Adventure Quest Worlds, and fun fact, this is the second weakest class in terms of weapon damage in the game. It does 16% weapon damage. Like, let me compare it to Beastmaster now. Like, if I use a Beastmaster class, go to my stats and class, you can see my damage 246 to 247. But then if I equip my ShadowScythe General, and I go back to the same character stats, you can see there 43 to 44, which is so weak. If you go to the AQW wiki, you can see it after Death Knight, which was 0%, which is absurd. You have this, then Blood Sorcerers, then the strongest class is Glacial Berserker. If you want to confirm that, let me just show you. Sorry for wasting your time, but I just thought I'd show you guys the stuff. And see 566 to 567. This one is just immense. 225. Or is it 250? Okay. The ShadowScythe General. This is the newest class in Adventure Quest. They brought it out as a birthday class. It falls in range of Tuning, Dragon Shinobi, Ultra Omni Knight. Just like the birthday class. And Tizeki World became 10, they just decided to give us this class. It's themed around Sepultura, so like, yeah, one of his high ranked officials or something like that, apparently. So have that in mind. So let's look at the stats of the class. Same attack power and cell power, 622 each. Very low weapon damage, I told you. The same strength and intellect, same endurance and dex, terrible wisdom and luck actually. It gains, they don't use mana, that's another thing. They gain power from submitting their defenses to consuming shadows. Like you can see, none of the skills here use mana, so you are safe on that. The first passive, Living Dead, increases damage resistance to a max of 80% and prevents 10% of damage resistance buffs. So it's a bit of a weird one, but it applies to consuming, I think it's consuming shadow stack. Like I'll tell you, you'll get more about that when we're looking into this. The second one, Unblindable, increase your hit chance by 30%. This class has a rank 10 passive. I can't remember. I think it's 10% weapon. Let me just confirm that real quick. Sorry. Let's check it together. The rank 10 passive, a Vulture's Blessing, increases crit chance by 20%. There we go. So it's really meh. My class is rank 8 by the way, so I can't even show you guys. So that being said, let me show you guys just how to get the class for those of you who don't know. You could join Battle on Town, talk to Gravelin, your class, merge shop. You can merge it for 100 shadow shields, or as usual go to the other shop, 2,000 adventure coins. To get the shadow shield, you can just do her dailies. Non-member you get 2 a day, member you get 6 a day. Then you can join Light Guard War, go to just finish all the quests. The last boss drops one shadow shield, but it's a 3% drop rate, so you have to get a 3% drop rate 100 times, or complete dailies, or you can just grind both of them like I did. It took me 3 days to farm this class, even though I was late. Started farming it on November 4th or something like that. So yeah, so with that being said, let's jump right into the skills of the class. Join pirates. Now the ShadowScythe General is a bit of a different class. It's not as overpowered as all of the other classes that Adventure Quest has been releasing, like in this past couple of months, Void Halo, like Asa, but it still gets the job right, especially in its own way. So your auto attack is called Shadow Slam. 4-second cooldown, 0 mana as we said, like all the other skills. The physical skill deals damage on hit and grants a stack of consuming shadows which debuffs your damage resistance by 4% and increases damage done on all of your skills by 20%. So it makes you take more damage. So like that's why you can understand the passive. Now each stack of your shadow each stack of your shadow what's the name, consuming shadows, reduce your damage distance. So this now gives you 80%, you understand? So at max stack you take normal damage. So and increases damage done on all of your skills by 20 seconds, which is just like a debuff to buff you. It stacks to 20, which is 80 at maximum cap. Also applies overwhelming shadows to your target, reducing their haste and damage by 15% for 2 seconds. So you can see these monsters normally do I think about 70 non-crit or so, but you can see how much of a tank I am now with this class. If they can hit me, I'm dodging like a beast. You can see I'm doing 12, but the more stacks of consuming shadows I get, the more damage I take. So the 2 skill is called Shadow Blast. 8-second cooldown, physical magical skill. Disperse the shadows in a dark blast of energy. Deals damage to up to 6 targets and has a 50% chance to stun them for 1 second. Applies 3 stacks of consuming shadows per target hit. You also gain rush of 1 life, which increases your haste by 40% for 8 seconds. So this skill makes me it is an AoE effect up to 6 targets. You never expect massive amounts of damage with this class because of the weapon damage, which is so low, but it has a 50% chance to stun for 1 second, which is not unique as you can see, but it actually helps. And it gives you 3 stacks of consuming shadows per opponent. So if you are facing 6 people, you get 18 stacks instantly. Yeah, you can see my damage has increased so much. Like I'm taking so much more damage now. I'm on like max stacks. My 3 skill is called Bone Picker. 6-second cooldown, physical magical skill. Rips the bones right out of your enemies. Deals damage to up to 6 targets and applies a stack of consuming shadows. Also applies a stack of undead assembly, which increases my damage done and healing done by 10%. Undead assembly lasts 15 seconds and stacks to 4. So this skill once again gives consuming shadows. It's an AoE target as well, up to 6 targets, and it gives me undead assembly, which is like a nice buff for healing and damage. The consuming shadows already increases my damage, so you can buff your damage up a lot with this class. As you can see, I'm now doing 2Ks and 300 non-crits from my box standard 100 non-crits. My first skill is called Undead Rebirth. 10-second cooldown, physical magical skill. You rebuild yourself, apply the heal over time the last 4 seconds. Your undeath creates an aura of decay around you, preventing up to 6 hostile targets from healing for 4 seconds. Also applies Shadow Seal on you and your enemies, which blocks your enemies from applying the following auras: Illuminated, Lumen, Light Wave, Soul Drinking, Abolish, Righteous Seal, and Blinding Light. Shadow Seals last 10 seconds. So this skill is just, let me say, it's basically for PvP. It heals you though, which is nice. The heal is about 100 and something on max stacks of consuming shadows and everything. But yeah, I'm doing 66. Like it increases with your 3 skill. Your undead assembly increases. There you go. And it decays my opponent. As you can see, decay cannot heal, and it prevents the skills from Lightcaster, Legion Paladin, and normal Paladin. So and I think with Lightcaster, Legion Paladin, Undead Paladin, Paladin High Lord. I said Undead Paladin. Wait, let me get that straight again. I said Paladin, Lightcaster, Paladin High Lord, and Legion Paladin. So it's just this is most UMC is very useful in PvP. Basically, that's where this skill, like, it shows its power. Almost as if I can heal, but you cannot heal. Most of these skills here, they are heals, and the rest are just like hit reductions and stuff like that. My 5 skill is called Shadow Void. 12-second cooldown, physical magical skill. Explode in the void of darkness. Deals massive damage to your primary target and less damage to up to 5 surrounding targets. Damage is increased by consuming shadow stacks and consumes those stacks. Damage always crits and can't miss. Also applies crippling fear to all enemies hit, decreasing their dodge and hit chance by 30% for 3 seconds. So this skill is just like your nuke that consumes all your consuming shadows stacks, and but the damage only goes to one target. The rest, your other targets, they don't take much damage, but it reduces their dodge chance and their hit chance by 30%. There you can see 7,000 damage of max stacks. That's about as high as it gets. So all in all, the class is quite, let me say, is unique, is special. It is not too overpowered, and it's not too underpowered. I like the concept around the skills. You are meant to be ShadowScythe Lord, so anything that's good or light based should be your enemy. You can see negating the Lightcaster and all paladin variants in the game. So yeah, so for your combo when fighting a boss, you just want to get your undead distance. You just want to stack all your skills. Just spam 2-3 2-3 2-3 and then 4 just to be healing. Then once you're on 20 stacks, you can nuke. You can see, just repeat the process over and over and over again. It solos very well, like it's actually pretty nice, but my only issue is that it's very slow and you take more damage. The more damage you do, the more damage you take. It's sort of like blood for blood or something like that. So for enhancements, the recommended enhancement is lock, and obviously you guys know that even if the recommended enhancement was fighter, I'd still use lock, because lock is just so fun and nice to use. It makes the crits lovely, and since your 5 skill can only crit, it just assists you, helps your nukes up, and yeah, pretty much. I recommend using stable weapons this class instead of using like Shadow. Rather use something like unarmed, dual midnight hands, or anything that has very stable damage range as opposed to unstable, so that you can get consistent damage, because this skill already does low damage on your regular. So you can imagine like the low, when the unstable damage gives you a low hit on the 16% weapon damage that you're already doing, you're going to just virtually have a meh. So that was it for me from the ShadowScythe general class guide. All in all, I rate this class probably 7 out of 10. It's a bit underpowered considering the new meta of Adventure Quest 4 classes, but it still gets the job done nevertheless, and the explosiveness just covers up for the lack of single target damage. So this class, just rather use it in PvP. If you come against Lightcaster, have fun. If you come against a Void High Load, RIP. But nevertheless, this has been it from me today. Sorry guys for my inconsistency, I apologize. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. Yeah, so this has been all from Philby. I'm out. Love you guys. Peace.
Still don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.